You can't teach an old dog new tricks. It's a phrase meaning that you cannot make people change their established patterns of opinion and behavior. Today we're going to be looking at somebody who truly embodies this phrase. Enter Ethan is Online, YouTuber with 170,000 subscribers. I called this guy out around 5 months ago for a video that he had made where he blatantly lies about another YouTuber who had done absolutely nothing wrong except exist while having a different political standpoint than Ethan is Online, and upload try not to laugh challenges to memes. Now, Xikuno uploading try not to laugh challenge videos was deeply upsetting to Ethan, so he made a 20-minute long video trying his best to smear Xikuno as some sort of transphobic, homophobic, racist, xenophobic, lazy, evil person, and it's just like, dog, you gotta get a better grip on reality, man. Like, you gotta go outside and smell that fresh air. Maybe get your ass over to the barber shop or something, you know, maybe kind of clean up a little bit of the 6 months of using Twitter haircut, or not. You don't have to. That's okay. The funniest part about that video is he contradicts himself multiple times. A point that he had made against Xikuno was that his content was bad because he was reacting to TikToks that only had a couple of likes, basically saying that laughing at them wasn't cool because, I don't know, pick on somebody your own size. When funny enough, only like a minute later, he goes on to read comments in Xikuno's comment section that had like 2 likes.
Hey, I did a thing today. I deactivated my Twitter account. You can too.
Bye-bye. See you guys.
Dude, of fucking course this balding loser is using clips from the Libs of TikTok account that has 7 likes.
Okay, so you would never do the same thing, basically.
I guess they don't realize petroleum is used in 30,000 items, including cell phones. That's right, you can't be against petroleum now. You have to drink it every day.
Oh my god, holy shit, owned, am I right? You just dunked on some guy with 29 likes in the comment section. Like, this guy can literally just stand there, be a coconut for 20 minutes, barely come close to making a cohesive point, but as long as he calls somebody transphobic, his actually retarded audience will like light up with joy and click the like button. Here's my impression of the inner monologue of an average Ethan is Online viewer. Huh? Transphobic? Oh, he called someone transphobic? Let's go! Let's go, dude! Anyways, that's just some context for you and a little bit of clowning. So today he's back in action because he actually made a video, a 60-minute fucking video, on a fellow commentary channel by the name of Sensitive Society. Now, I know you guys know who that is because in my YouTube analytics, I have a little box that says other channels that your viewers watch, and Sensitive Society is there, so I'm sure you guys know who this is. I'm well acquainted with the guy. I've known him ever since he had like 1,000 subscribers. Him and I had a similar rise in success on YouTube at the same time, so I've always kind of kept in touch with him. I think he's a good guy. I find his videos to be actually pretty entertaining for a commentary channel. Without facecam, it can be hard to have a presence in your video, but he does a great job of injecting personality. So yeah, obviously I don't agree with everything he says in his videos. You know, we just have different opinions on certain things. We're very similar in a lot of ways, I feel. But yeah, this new video that Ethan is Online has dropped is called Lazy Content is Radicalizing People. So we already have an issue because our friend Ethan here does not seem to understand what the word radicalize means. So Google defines radicalize as causing somebody to adopt radical positions on social or political issues. So the example for the word that they give is some of those involved have been radicalized by the Vietnam War. So you're telling me that Sensitive Society's videos can radicalize people to the same extent that the active combat of the Vietnam War did to veterans? Yeah, I don't know what it is, but for some reason I doubt that. If you think that I'm being unfair with my comparison, dog, I'm using the Google example. Now this video is going to be long because his video was long, so we're gonna have to watch his video in 2 times speed. So leave a like on this video and get ready, boys, because today we're gonna be looking at YouTube's biggest liar once again. Alright, let's do this.
2015 YouTube is back, and in a big way, folks. I mean, Leafy got banned quite a while ago, little fucking Nazi. And yet there still remains an entire genre of boring, hypocritical, bigoted gamers out there that feel the need to just throw their opinions out there. Hey, fucking newsflash, asshole. Not that many people give a shit. If you hate women, you don't have to say it out loud. Like, you're allowed to be quiet.
Video starts, my dog is already very upsetty spaghetti, so we're gonna try to already dissect what he's saying. So he's talking about the gameplay commentary genre, which Leafy pioneered, a format where basically you can just talk over gameplay about a certain subject. He criticizes the entire genre by saying that A, it's boring, and B, no one cares about what you have to say. So using me or Sensitive Society as our first example, apparently I guess nobody cares about what we have to say, even though I have almost 300,000 subscribers and he has 360,000 subscribers. We both have over 100,000 more subscribers than you. So if nobody cares about what we have to say, then what does that mean for you, lil bro? Now his videos do get more views, but that's because he only uploads like once a month or once every 4 weeks, and the videos that he does upload are long. Very, very long. long. And the thing about the YouTube algorithm is that long videos get views, period. If I would upload videos that were almost always over 20 minutes or over 25 minutes, those videos would get hundreds of thousands of views. Matter of fact, if you search my name up on YouTube and then click on the filters and filter by only videos that are over 20 minutes, surprise, surprise, those videos get a shitload of views. All of this to say that his beginning point of the entire video is just completely incorrect and demonstrably false. Gameplay commentary channels like myself and Sensitive Society get millions of views in aggregate, so to say that nobody cares about the opinions held by creators in the genre is just a stupid thing to say. He then says that, oh, if you hate women, you don't have to say it. Keep it to yourself, asshole. Literally nobody in the genre who I've interacted with hates women. Nobody with a sizable platform in the gameplay commentary genre hates women. If there is somebody, I for sure haven't seen them. It's also just funny too how Ethan, I believe, is a single man, while the two gameplay commentary channels that he attacks within his video, Sensitive Society and Difo, are both in relationships with women. Sensitive Society's got a girlfriend and Difo's got a wife. Now, as for me, I'm in my first semester of university, so you're not really supposed to have a girlfriend. Like, I'm in a completely different environment than I was a couple months ago, and I'm still kind of adapting to it, you know? But buddy over here is grown. Listen, bro, it's not a crime to not have a girlfriend, like, that's fine. But since this is the case, you just can't call other people who do have girlfriends women haters. But tell me, bro, would a toxic, misogynist, incel, you know, horrible man, whatever, post this on his Instagram with his girlfriend? All I'm saying is to shut the fuck up and stop calling people incels on the internet, especially when the people that you are calling incels just literally aren't. It makes you seem very desperate to bring these people down to the point where you would literally lie about them.
If you're not familiar, all these fucking losers do is pull up random video game footage that they recorded earlier that day and talk about something over it. It's not a new format by any means. It's been really lame for the better part of a decade. But because it allows so many deeply insecure young men to voice their opinions about feminism being bad or whatever while hiding behind footage of Doom Eternal, it remains a very popular medium.
So in the world that Ethan lives in, basically, if you hold an opinion that differs from him and you share that opinion over gameplay, it makes you an insecure person and apparently you're hiding. So I want to make a couple things clear. I don't not show my face because I'm insecure. It's for privacy and also because showing gameplay is efficient. It's quick to make videos with gameplay. And also, who doesn't like watching gameplay? And additionally, I don't know if you know this, but game developers do the most work to make their games the most appealing to the eye. And YouTube is video, so why would I not want to have something that people like to watch? I mean, to me, this seems like kind of common sense. Maybe it's hard for Ethan to understand, but that's okay. Hopefully, I kind of explained it for him here. If he still doesn't get it, well, that's unfortunate.
It's really difficult to find content these guys put out that doesn't just automatically pull from the floating cloud of right-wing talking points that consistently loom over YouTube.
So according to this guy, most of the gameplay commentary genre consists of videos around these subjects: trans people weird, OnlyFans bad, bootstraps, I don't even know what that one means, fat equals bad, wokeism is ruining TV, SJWs, gender, and homophobia. Alright, so I see like two of these that I actually agree with. Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree that OnlyFans is bad. Is that like, do people disagree on that? OnlyFans is a service that allows for hot women to capitalize off of desperate, lonely, antisocial men. And with the crazy success that OnlyFans has had as a platform, it's without a doubt warped the perception of younger women into believing that their only asset is their body, and that selling their body on OnlyFans is not only respectable, but also just good for society. So yeah, definitely OnlyFans is bad. And then fat equals bad? Like, yeah, fat people aren't bad, and just, you know, being fat doesn't make you a bad person, but being clinically overweight has absolutely no benefits to your life and only increases the risk of harm happening to you. This whole notion of health at all sizes is completely nonsense, and when people in the gameplay commentary genre respond to people that believe that, you know, you can be healthy at all sizes and that fat activism is the future, people like Ethan is online and folks in his kin, they mindlessly just call you fat phobic and say that you hate fat people. I'm not gonna go over the rest of them because homophobia and like transphobia, it's a complete waste of time to try to convince somebody on the internet that you're not transphobic or homophobic, especially when they strongly believe that you are that thing. So I'm just gonna let him carry on with his video.
In other words, not only are these guys really lazy, but they're also really unoriginal. So if you've heard these talking points before, congratulations. Get ready to hear them again. The channel we're gonna start with is Sensitive Society. He made a video called "People Like This Disgust Me."
Wait, hypocrisy? Your issue with Sensitive Society is hypocrisy? Dog, didn't we just, like, figure out that that's what you do as well?
Some of you have been telling me to react to this TikToker called Kaya Mints. I've been hearing nothing but bad stuff about this TikToker. I haven't seen any of these person's TikToks. Judging from some of these thumbnails, day in the life of a content creator, like when I see stuff like this, like all I think is, you're cringe. And number two, you've never had a hard day in your life.
Holy shit, dude. Imagine being this bitter about someone's content that you've never seen.
Imagine being so bitter at someone's content who you've never seen? 2 minutes ago, you were bitter, calling me a fucking loser because I don't use Facecam.
If you're not familiar, all these fucking losers do is bitter fucking losers.
Hi, I'm Heisenberg.
When I make a video about weirdos like this, and I say they're all the same, and they're lazy, and they're assholes, and they're pieces of shit, that's because I've spent hours watching their videos.
Also, dude, at the beginning of the video, you said, man, nobody cares what y'all have to say. Who even watches this stuff? When you seem to care a lot about what we have to say, and you just said that you watch hours of this stuff. Also, I'm sorry, but Sensitive Society wasn't even bitter. He was just like, this is cringe.
I've kind of earned the right to be like, you know what? Your videos aren't very good. He also does this really sneaky little rat-like thing where he shows 2% of like 6 different thumbnails rather than showing one full thumbnail, which would really give us a good idea as to why he might be so disgusted by this person's content. He's trying to justify his vitriol and hatred for someone making day in my life TikToks.
Bro, I gotta stop you. Vitriol and hatred? What on earth makes you think that Sensitive Society cares about this guy enough to hate him? He looked at a thumbnail, called it cringe, and said the person making the video probably has never worked a hard day in their life, and you interpret that as them being a hateful and vitriolic person, my man. You gotta be terminally online to think that calling somebody cringe on the internet is hatred.
Day in the life of a small Twitch streamer. Started my day pretty early at around 2 a.m, so I went to my local gas station for a couple drinks, went home and did my normal usual routine, and then I had to go to Walmart because my fridge was almost empty. Came home, edited a couple videos, had a 4-hour stream that peaked at 56 viewers and averaged 23, and then I was pretty tired.
You're acting like this is the hardest thing in the world.
Hey man, so when did he say that? When did he ever say the word hard or any synonym?
Yeah, so if you weren't lying like you are right now, you would know that what you're looking for is actually in the video, and I can play the clip for you right now.
Tired from what? Content creation is harder than your 9 to 5. You really don't know how much hard work goes into creating multiple videos a day. Being constantly creative with new video ideas, trying to make footage look good, getting new shots, taking many takes over and over, it can get to be a lot.
Oh no, you didn't. This man said, this fucking guy, being a content creator is harder than working a 9 to 5.
Hey man, so when did he say that?
Oh, hey man, he said it right there, okay? It took me literally 2 seconds to find that clip. How are you this bad at criticizing somebody?
You have the clips, like you could show it.
So guys, I have to get up at 2 a.m. and get some drinks and that gamer juice. So the gamer juice consumes my body, goes through my veins, goes into my penis, makes me really hard. My problem here is you're low-key acting like this is a 9 to 5 and someone forced you to wake up at 2 a.m.
Okay, so horrific attempt at a joke aside, he literally never said any of that.
Yes, he did. I just showed you it. Oh my goodness, man. This video is going to be so annoying to make because I have to actually, like, explain and reiterate things that are so basic to normal people. Because I'm not explaining this to a normal person. I'm explaining this to Ethan is online. The dude is so terminally online that he made it his YouTube name. I mean, think about that. If you think that's normal, then you need to go outside too.
It's a strangely common mentality among reactionary sickos that anyone posting about their life, regardless of what they even say about it, is somehow like clamoring for undeserved sympathy, which to me is just really obvious projection. Like, you can't think about sharing your life without airing some kind of grievance that you have, so everyone must be thinking the same.
Bro, what? First of all, reactionary sickos, okay. You're reacting to videos right now, genius, so that also makes you, in your own words, a reactionary sicko. Also, what are you even trying to say?
That anyone posting about their life, regardless of what they even say about it, is somehow like clamoring for undeserved sympathy.
No. Not at all, actually. Not even a little bit close. Guy is saying that people like Sensitive Society or I, when we see somebody posting about their life online, that we think that they're doing it for sympathy, regardless of what they talk about, and that does not make sense at all.
I'd love a clip of this streamer being like, I hate my life, or my life is so hard, or really anything remotely similar to that.
Turn on your brain.
Okay, so now we're in the brain of a 6-year-old, where the only hard jobs that exist are truck driver, military, fireman.
Saying what you just said in a baby voice doesn't falsify it at all. Are those jobs not hard jobs? Is being a fireman not a hard job? Is being a coal miner not a hard job? These jobs compared to being a YouTuber are objectively harder. It's the truth. Ethan would likely respond by saying something like, well, you don't make real content, you do gameplay, so obviously that's gonna be easier than being a fireman or something. But even if I made quote-unquote real content according to Ethan, which is basically just content with a face cam, that would still not even be close or even near comparable to the job of a firefighter or a coal miner or a construction worker or, you know, etc. The internet becoming lucrative and profitable over the 2010s has without a doubt warped the perception of people who make their money on the internet. People who make 6 figures plus a year on the internet genuinely think that because their editing software crashed one time, that they have it really hard as a content creator. I will never not be grateful for the fact that I can make money off YouTube. And unlike some people on the internet, I will never lose the perception that my job relative to most jobs is really easy.
The next video I want to talk about is called She Thinks Being Skinny is a Privilege. Nope. You'll never guess what his takes are about fat people. You're never gonna guess. You never guess it.
Whoa, an earthquake! I'm kidding.
That's so awesome. I love first grade humor. Being 8 years old must be really fun.
Oh, dude, making fat jokes is first grade humor. Why? Oh, because I said so. It's definitely not like comedians that do 21 and over shows still sell out arenas and tell fat jokes in their sets.
I know, you're not supposed to shame. You're not supposed to fat shame. You're not supposed to slut shame. They're like shaming. Like people aren't supposed to walk around with any shame. It's like a legitimate human emotion, but you're not supposed to feel it at all. You know, you're supposed to just walk around like a dictator, just you're not gonna feel any shame. You never felt shame? Yeah, you're supposed to have no shame. That's the new world. You're just gonna walk around sucking dick, you know, eating cookies, and just show up, and nobody's supposed to say anything.
Imagine being with this guy and then just making a fat joke. You don't really think about it, it just comes to you, you just tell a fat joke. Because in real life, you don't really think about the repercussions of jokes when you're kind of like with normal people. Because normal people in real life don't actually care if you make a joke. And in real life, if somebody doesn't find your joke funny, they just won't laugh. You know, they're not gonna be like, hey bro, first grade humor? Really? Hey. Knock it off, big guy. Hey, knock it off.
Here's the thing. I do think that people choose to be fat. I do believe that there's some people that are just so fucking lazy and they just love to eat junk food and they can't go one day without having a burger shoved down their fucking throat. I do believe that. That's on you.
Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you? The escalation of that sentence was just crazy to hear. I do think it's a choice to be fat. But some lazy fucking motherfuckers just can't stop stuffing burgers in their mouth. Like, oh my god, being honest about how much you hate fat people for looking fat is...
Dude, didn't I tell you that it was exactly what he was gonna do? Criticizing people for eating themselves to death. Whoa, dude, just say you hate fat people, okay? Instead of responding to what he actually said, he has to pretend like sensitive society is trying to say something else. He's like, bro, just say you hate fat people. It's like, why would he just say something that he's not trying to say? Or why would anybody do that? Ever.
Way less disturbing than what you just said. Obviously, being fat is not a fucking choice. The amount of corn sweeteners in things that do not need them in the United States is unreal. Did you know there's high fructose corn syrup in things like chips, crackers, bread?
Then don't eat those things. Like, genuinely, am I the only person who looks at the ingredients list for the things that I eat? I'm not gonna say this because I think that I'm better than anybody, but when I see something that has high fructose corn syrup in it, I try to avoid it as much as I can. It's the same thing with seed oils and isoflavonoids and, you know, high sodium foods. Seriously, I mean, it's not a ridiculous take to say that the people that do put those things into their bodies are making a conscious choice. Most foods that you buy have an ingredients list. You're gonna put that in your body, you should probably know it's in it. Never doing that and just blindly eating foods is reckless. But even putting that aside, there's stuff that even just common sense tells you not to do. Ethan is sitting here and saying that of course being fat is not a choice when you have people like Nikocado Avocado choosing to be fat. And how does he do that? Well, I think Sensitive Society said it pretty well, and I'm sorry that he disagree with it.
Called She Thinks Being Fat is Healthy and We Should Only Date Fat People. Here's my response. These people think being fat is healthy. If you're not fat, you're fat phobic. Not something anyone has ever said. This is not healthy. This is what being healthy in 2022 looks like. Pathetic. Gen Z thinks being skinny is racist. Again, no one thinks that. Go outside. Go outside.
Go outside, bro. That's a crazy thing for you to say. You're not Ethan is outside. Your Ethan is online. So don't be telling others to go outside. Also, you said that nobody thinks that being skinny is racist. Dog, there are definitely people who think that. Sabrina Strings explains how fat phobia is rooted in racism.
Our patients. That means when they come in, they can take their weight. but their weight is not going to be the main thing they're going to talk to them about. They're going to talk to them about their family history.
I don't know what you're saying, but I'm just including that clip to disprove what you're saying, which is that nobody thinks that. People do think it, and the people that think it are crazy and deserving of reaction videos made by me are sensitive.
Streaming website. Put 10 boobies on there, I don't give a shit! Not that it's a perfect statistic or anything, but according to Google Trends, ASMR and hot tub streams are at almost their lowest point they've ever been. And they're so integrated into the platform at this point, like, who gives a shit? Twitch is more or less the fucking same. What is the slippery slope argument anyway?
Okay, 2 things here. Number 1, hot tub streams and booby streamers are bad for Twitch. They changed the culture of the website for the worse, and they also just get men to donate to them for basically just being hot, hence why they're called booby streamers. Second of all, this guy's only using Google Trends because in the video that I made about him 5 months ago, I used Google Trends on his ass. I'm not even gonna include the clip, bro. It was on the first video I made of him. You can go find it. Anyways, I'm gonna end the video here. We got the 20 minutes, so I hope you guys enjoyed. You know, please show some love for the longer videos. This took me like 5 or 6 hours to make. Not saying it's hard, but they take more effort than the normal ones, so anyways. I'll catch you guys later, alright? Enjoy.